guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Valentina and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. If you're new to this channel, I want to invite you to subscribe so you don't miss the videos every single week on Thursdays. And if you want to support my channel, please remember to leave a comment below and click that like button as well. And today we're going to talk about this beautiful city, Los Angeles. And if you're new here, I have been living here for 5-ish years. You know, it's been weird. I spent the year back in Venezuela because of the pandemic and immigration situation. So anyways, I am currently living in LA and I've lived in very different areas during the past 5 years, and I want to share a little bit of my experience with you. I already made a video talking about why I didn't like living in Hollywood. I'll link it up here in case you haven't seen it, but today I want to focus on more positive things. I want to focus on the top 3 areas that I would personally recommend to live in LA if you're new to the city and depending on what your goals are. Please remember, this is very subjective. Everyone loves different lifestyles, everyone likes different things. So I will share some pros and cons of every one of the areas I mentioned. And I just want to be clear, like, I didn't like Hollywood, but I know there's a lot of people that absolutely love the area. So again, very personal decision. I'll just share my experience with you guys and hopefully it'll help you a little bit more if you're trying to make a decision. Number 1, my favorite area, I would say by far, I think, I don't know, but one of my top areas for sure is Culver City. I did live in Culver City for a little bit over a year and I loved it. My boyfriend lived there as well. I was technically not in Culver City, I was in Palms, which is right above Culver City. It's technically still part of the city of Los Angeles, but it is right next to Culver City. So Culver City is a great area. It's growing a lot, so it's gotten a lot more expensive during the last year and a half, 2 years, but I feel like it has everything. It's close to every single place. It's like the most centric place in LA. Is like 20 minutes to the beach, 20 minutes to downtown LA, 20 minutes to everything is 20 minutes away, which I love, especially because in LA traffic can be such a big problem and can be so annoying that being in a very centric location is definitely ideal, at least for me. Culver City has a lot of restaurants, has a lot of activities that you can do, has even hikes. You have the Culver City stairs that have a really beautiful view of the city of Los Angeles, and I love it. I love Culver City. Again, you have everything you can possibly need. The main con is the price, but if you go above Venice Boulevard and go into Palms, the Palms area, it is a little bit cheaper because it's technically not Culver City. So I would recommend checking that area if it's something that you're interested in. And you may ask, why is it a little bit cheaper to live a block away from Culver City instead of the actual Culver City area? Since it is part of the LA city area, it's a little bit dirtier and parking is a little bit more complicated. So I would try to get into a really safe building, a building with a gate, with closed parking, and you should be fine. I didn't have a closed garage when I lived there, so I did have a couple of uncomfortable situations, especially when you're a woman, you're alone. You really want to be in a safe area, you know? So if you're gonna go into a not so safe area, I always recommend trying to find a building that is as safe as possible and that keeps you as protected as possible. Number 2 is the South Bay. And the South Bay includes a lot of different cities like Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, I think even El Segundo, Torrance. There are a lot of cities within the South Bay and I think all of them are amazing. Obviously on my top is Manhattan Beach, but that is a really expensive area to live, and it's a little crowded, to be honest. Like, the houses are really right next to each other and you barely have any space in between houses, so that's a big con, and I feel like that's very common across the South Bay, especially those cities that are right near the beach. But again, the South Bay is amazing. You are right by the beach, which is great. I love taking walks by the beach and watching the sunset and just all this stuff that if you enjoy those, it's worth the price. The South Bay is a little bit expensive as well. Well, I'm saying a little bit, but it's crazy expensive. But all LA is crazy expensive. But the South Bay is more expensive than, let's say, Hollywood or downtown LA. Because you're closer to the beach, you get better weather. It's a super safe area, and that's something I really love. There are a lot of families. It's not as active as other parts of the city, or not the city, let's say the county, because the city of LA is pretty small, and then there's the LA County, and all of the cities I'm mentioning right now are within the LA County. The South Bay is also really close to the airport. If you're like in Manhattan, El Segundo, Redondo Beach, really close to LAX, which is also nice if you travel a lot. If you're working from home, I also recommend the South Bay, because if you don't have to go into an office that is further, like in Burbank or again Hollywood or Mar Vista, wherever it is, it's just convenient to be in a place, in a location that you actually enjoy, where you enjoy the weather and where you can enjoy all the activities that the city has to offer. But again, it's a more calm area. So if you're a calm person, enjoy being by yourself, enjoy chill vibes, and don't like crazy neighborhoods, the South Bay is for you. Within the South Bay, I love, again, the cities by the beach, but if you're trying to go a little bit cheaper, go to Torrance. It is just as safe, it has some really great areas, and it is definitely cheaper than Hermosa, Redondo, or Manhattan Beach. And finally, number 3 is going to be Santa Monica. I've never lived in Santa Monica ever. I love the vibes and the energy of Santa Monica. It has all that fun LA vibe without being in the mess and craziness of, again, downtown LA or Hollywood. I feel like Santa Monica is a very clean place. There are a lot of night activities. There are a lot of great restaurants. It is an expensive area because it is right next to the beach. Traffic sucks in Santa Monica, that's one thing, because to get in and out of Santa Monica, there's only one freeway and it's one entrance and it collapses and it's pretty bad. But if you work in Santa Monica and live in Santa Monica, you should be fine. It is a very walkable area, which is something the other 2 places I mentioned definitely don't have. LA is not well known for their public transportation, but at least in Santa Monica you can definitely walk to some places, and it's more of a walkable area. Again, I think it's a lovely place to live if you can live there, and if you don't care about the kind of crazy streets sometimes and busy streets. I would say street parking is not the best there for sure. But again, I feel like you get all the nice things of LA, like activities and night and a nightlife and all these fun things to do, without the not so safe part of being in LA. So again, if you're looking for something more active, more LA-like, more typical LA, Santa Monica is for sure my recommendation. I would say stay away from anything East Beverly Hills, because even though I'm sure there are great areas, I'm sure there are amazing buildings, prices are a little lower there, but it is very touristy. It's not clean, it's not very safe, and I think, like, at least for me, it would be really hard to justify living in those areas. But again, everyone's lifestyle is different. I'm a really calm person. I like quiet environments, so it's a little bit different. But again, these are my recommendations for 3 very different neighborhoods. They're nothing alike, the 3 of them. So I would do my research on those 3, because I do get a lot of questions like, what are the best areas to live in LA or to visit? To visit is a completely different thing. So I would say if you're here for 5 days, don't go to Culver City. But let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a video of what to visit in LA if you just have like 1 week or 5 days here, like just traveling for a few days. That would be a fun video. But for me, these are the top 3 neighborhoods in LA if you're looking to move here, and also consider neighborhoods that surround this that I mentioned. So for example, the South Bay has a lot of cities within it, but I know Culver City has Mar Vista right next to it, or you know, there are areas surrounding these cities that are really nice as well. Yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me a lot in this channel. And that's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.